Hello and welcome to R&D Math. Today I'm going to give you some hints for 6 point assignments in 6.6. So 6.1 and 6.2. Now the first one here, you have two sets of data. Actually what you need to do here, the first thing you need to do, find the variance. So you have to find variance. That means S1 squared for the sample variance, and for this one S2 squared. Now you know how to find those things. Find that, and then you have to figure out the level of significance alpha. That's going to be pretty easy here. So 0.05, and then null and alternate hypothesis. Now for them, actually, if you read carefully, they are about here population variance. So that means sigma 1 squared and sigma 2 squared. So one statement will be like this. So you figure out whether that's null or alternate. So one statement, we can make it easy into an equation without words. So that's that part. And then F statistic, that is actually S1 squared or S2 squared. Then you get the values you found here. So one over the other, and then we call them the numerator and denominator. For the next step, that you need to find degree of freedom numerator, and then degree of freedom denominator. And then what you actually need to do, you have to, let me show you here. Actually, if you read 10.4 slide, it will be, the steps are pretty easy. See, for example, the degree of numerator. Now in this example, it's 3 and 4. See, you can see a 3 here, and sorry, 3 and 2. So you have to use table 8 and find out. Now let me go back. Here you will get some value, f value. So in that table, degree of numerator, dfn, so table 8. Find table 8 in your book. Degree of freedom numerator and degree of freedom denominator here. So whatever the value you get, and they are going to be actually n-1. So that's pretty easy here. The number of, if it is 10, that's going to be 9. If it is 9, that's going to be 8, like that. So for example, say 9 and 8. In that case, you have to find that value where that where your f, whatever this value, that sits between those values. And then over here, that, let me go to the example. See, over here, p value is between 0.01 and 0.25. That is exactly what you need to do in that example. And then, so you will get the p value for like that. And then depending on that, you can answer whether you are going to reject or accept your hypothesis. That is the first problem. That's not that hard. That's easy. What you need to do, if you go through this example in 10.4, that would be pretty easy. And also at this point, I would like to tell you that 6.2 problem 1 is same as this. So let me make a note. So 6.1 problem number 1 and 6.2 problem number 1 are same. I mean, not same, almost same. So the same procedure. And also 6.1 problem number 2, which I'm going to talk in a minute, and 6.2 problem number 2, they are same procedure, but not the procedure that I discussed a minute ago, but something different. Now let's go there. So here 6 point, let me go to 6.1. See, you have, sorry about that, you have 3 groups. Now the best thing to do, let me show you the best thing to do in order to do this. Oh yeah, read this example, this guided example in 10.5, and the solution is starting here. Now it's a little bit lengthy procedure actually, so you have to, let me start from here. Now read, okay, slide 17, read this example, and then these, you know, part A, part B, C, D, E, F. Now it has several parts, so you will have to do these things, figure out these things. But see, let me show you, let me compare this with you. See, sigma x1 squared, and sigma x2 squared, sigma x3 squared. Now these things are like here. See, in your problem there are 3 groups, right? So the first set there are x1s, then second set x2s, third set x3s, and so on. So after finding all those things, sigma means you have to add them, and then you have to add the squares of them. And please read this, right? And then you have to find this SS total and SS between all these things. And yeah, this is a tricky point. Mean between and within. So you'll have to do this. You will have to come to this point, and so F, now see, this is the difference. MS, mean of squares between, and MS within. Now let me go back to this. See here, what you did was, see, your F was a different story, and here it's a different story, but until you come here, that is little bit lengthy, right? So please read that example in 10.5. Once you get to this point, and then pretty much the same story, you find the p-value using table 8, and you answer depending on that whether you are going to accept or reject your hypothesis. Again, the best way is to go through these examples. Even though it looks complicated, these names, they are actually not. If you read this example and compare it with your example, that's going to be pretty easy. Okay guys, thank you.